Welcome back to Consumer Update. I'm Kelly Lightbourne. If there's one thing the Bay Area isn't lacking, it's financial advisors. But how many of them will actually take the time to educate their clients and help them decide what plan is right for them? Perhaps not as many as you would think. Well, one that does is Harwood Financial Group. Robert Harwood is the president and CEO, and he's here to tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Kelly, it's great to be here. Thank you.
So I've got to ask you the obvious. What's the link, or how did you get into this business being an Air Force pilot?
You know, everyone asks me this.
Odd.
When I got out of college, I always wanted to fly. I think I saw too many John Wayne movies.
Oh,
it must have been John
it.
Wayne that did that. And I became a pilot in the Air Force. It was the best thing I've ever done. It was phenomenal. It was really great for development. It was fun. It was a wonderful career. But those things end. And so I went from the Air Force to being a commercial airline pilot.
Okay.
And due to things in my family, my father had an illness. It was a real crisis for our family. And I decided that I wasn't going to fly anymore. And I came into this profession years ago and love it. I've been very blessed because I really like everything I've done. It was fun being a pilot.
Right.
And it's great doing this.
Well, we have stages of our lives, and I'm assuming from being in the Air Force that you learn structure, and that's really important when you're planning somebody's financial future.
Absolutely. It really relates because in the military, they teach you structure, discipline. Listen, they have a great culture in the military about doing the right thing the right way.
Ethics. What a concept.
Yeah, it's really important. So all these things are important. When you hire a financial advisor and work with an advisor, you want them to be structured. You want them to be disciplined. You want them to do the right thing all the time.
No, and I want them to know more than I do. I care about it more.
They should know finances for sure. That's for sure.
No, absolutely. So, you know, one of the things I kind of want to dig into is how do you know how to find a good financial planner? I mean, because, you know, you come in, somebody's in a suit and tie, they look great, they're salesmen sometimes, and they're wheeling and dealing.
They are.
So how do you really check that? Because that's our financial future. That's probably the most important decision you're ever going to make.
Other than your family and your health, it's your finances, right? So that's very important. There's a lot of advisors out there. You kind of mentioned that in the beginning, that in Tampa Bay, we have a lot of advisors to choose from. And not all advisors are created equal. I agree with that. Some are better than others. And here's what I tell people. The first thing is go to a meeting, meet the person, and see how you feel about it. Our intuition is usually a good guide. So just see how you feel about it. Don't let someone sell you anything. Go there and just learn. But after you go to that meeting, check them out. Now, there are online resources where you can check out an advisor and know their background and history. And that's the key to know if they have skeletons in their closet, because you want to make sure the person you're working with has not had problems in the past.
Right, because they're managing your money. That's the last thing you want.
And there's a lot of bad people. There's a lot of good people, but there are bad people out there. And so the regulators, the primary regulator is called FINRA, F-I-N-R-A, FINRA.org. They have a website where you can check out a broker. So you put in the broker's name, and they'll give you a little bit of their history. The SEC does the same.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Where you don't want to go, well, you can go here, but it's not as good as the Better Business Bureau, because the Better Business Bureau doesn't do the full background check. It just registers any kind of customer complaints. So you want to take the time to really check out an advisor. You want to make sure they have a good background and make sure you're comfortable working with them, because even though they appear like a very nice person, let's make sure their background is okay. I've seen several cases where advisors here in Tampa Bay, they've had fines, they've been sanctioned. There's one here locally that spent time in jail, and yet they're financial advisors. So be careful who you work with. Make sure you feel good about the advice you're getting, but also check them out.
Now, Harwood is different. What do you guys do different? You have different philosophies. Obviously,
we do have
because of your background, I'm sure it's,
Yeah,
and
we were talking about it a little bit before we came on air together. We're kind of a boutique firm, and we really focus on client services. Our goal is to take very, very good care of our clients. We love the relationships we have with our clients. Good communicators. We set meetings together. And I got to tell you something about our firm, too. We're very conservative. I was a pilot in the Air Force. I'm not a big risk taker. So I don't believe in taking big risks. I don't think you should take risks with your money. I don't think you take risks with your family. And so we're not big risk takers. We're conservative. We're cautious. And I tell people, it's about base hits. It's not about swinging for the fences. You don't want to strike out in retirement. So make sure, you're comfortable with your advisor. Make sure you check them out, and make sure that when they build you a plan, you're comfortable with the plan they build for you.
Well, it sounds like you do things very consistent. like you're conservative, but there's consistency. Because the worst thing you want to do, and I'm a victim of this, is you go in and you lose a lot because somebody's telling you it's a sure thing, and we're going to do this, and this is your future, and then all of a sudden you're standing there going, what do I do now?
Right, and don't chase the markets.
Yeah.
You know, we get all excited about a good day in the market, and the next day's a bad day, and now we're sad, and we're happy, and we're sad, and we go through these emotions. The bottom line is have goals, and let's build a path together to achieve your goals. If you want to enjoy your time in retirement, then there's things we need to do now to prepare ourselves for that down the road. And it's just a matter of progressing down the right path and doing everything the right way, and the end results are always good.
Right. And one of the things I want to stress is your firm, like you said, is a boutique firm. And what that really means, at least to me, because like I said, we had that conversation, is that you actually care about the people. It's not a numbers game. You go to the bigger firms, because that's who I was with. It was a numbers game. They weren't monitoring what we were investing.
It is about the numbers, and it's about profits for the shareholders.
100%.
We're fiduciaries, and I would encourage everyone to learn about fiduciary advisors and how they're different. But a fiduciary works for you. A fiduciary's obligation is to their clients, not to the stockholders. And remember, those stockholders want to see a profit on their stock, and it's generated by sales to the clients.
Right.
You don't want to be on the sales side of that equation. So always work with a fiduciary advisor. All the advisors in our firm, they're all fiduciaries, 100%.
And you're one of the largest independent firms?
We've grown. We're actually an Inc. 5000 firm, meaning one of the 5,000 largest firms in the entire country.
Wow.
And so we've grown very well. And I really think it is because of our culture and the care we give to our clients.
So the best thing for my viewers to do, can they make an appointment with you? Do they go to the website?
Give us a
what do you tell them to do?
Oh, that's a great question. We have a wonderful program called CPR, Complete Planning Review, not CPR for your heart, but maybe CPR for your finances. Yeah, let's get our finances. We'll resuscitate your finances. We'll get them back on track. And it's a wonderful program. If you give us a call, you can schedule a CPR with us. It's free. It's complimentary. It's very, very simple. I'll give the number on air.
Go for it. I'm going to be calling.
395-4279, 1-800-395-4279.
You said it is free.
It is free. It's complimentary, no obligation at all. Come in, get your finances reviewed, and we'll even build you a financial plan. We're going to do a written plan, and we're not charging for this, so there's no obligation. What we want to do is help you evaluate your finances, kind of see where you are today, and then we're going to build you a path to get where you're trying to go.
Wow.
It's a wonderful opportunity.
Wow. Well, thank you again. A lot of great information.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Well, that wraps us up for the day. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Consumer Update. We'll see you next time. Consumer Update has been brought to you by Lennar Homes, the St. Petersburg Clearwater Film Commission, and Harwood Financial Group.